Hi everyone and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, Ethan's here,
Hello.
Connor's here,
Hey.
and Mario's here.
What's up, guys?
So let's talk about Into the Badlands, episode 2 of season 1. It is called Fist Like a Bullet. We'll also be touching upon episode 3 as well. The description for episode 2 is per IMDb is MK finds refuge in an unlikely and dangerous place, while Sonny's loyalty is tested when Quinn tries to force him to commit an unspeakable act. I'll just hit with this right off the bat. This is our final review for Into the Badlands. We have decided not to take this forward, but we thought it would be worth reviewing last week's episode because we did all watch it and just sort of explain why we are dropping it. And we'll start with, I think, what is the most positive voice. Ethan, did you like episode 2?
Episode 2 is my favorite of the three. I feel like episode 2 actually had like a focus, because episode 1 didn't at all.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Episode 2 was focused. Yes. I agree with that.
And the fighting in episode 2, I enjoyed.
Yeah, well, let's talk about them first, since they probably are the most positive things we're going to have to say. Is it opens with the widow in the strip club / I don't know, just bar place. Brothel, yeah. Talking to her, one of her henchmen. She wants to come back, and she basically takes out a room full of assassins single-handedly.
It's an axe to the face.
Oh yes, there was the axe to the face, and I do appreciate a good bit of gore, so I do enjoy the axe to the face. What was the other one? The other one was the in the warehouse.
Oh, in the warehouse.
Yeah, Sonny takes on like, I don't know how many guys, like 50.
Small army.
Yeah. I don't know. The country of Portugal, maybe. I don't know. Population. Yeah, the fight scenes were good. Although I do think that for how dark, well not dark, but for how serious the show takes itself, the fight scenes feel a little over the top.
Yeah,
The other
feel
problem I
very
have with the
comic-y.
fight scenes is everybody fights the same style, which makes no sense. If you're
Yeah.
setting up this idea that they're all barons from different parts of this land, why wouldn't they have different styles and different approaches to how they fight? The aesthetic, their clothes change, but they all happen to have two swords and fight the same way. Like in episode 1, they all had two swords. Why?
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
mean, you could say like the widow's daughters have their own unique style, because they're all like ninja.
Yeah, but they're like the higher characters that actually matter. Like I mean, all the random guy, like random guy number 5
yeah.
with the sword.
Yeah.
He fights exactly the same way as the other guys, and that's just it takes you a little bit out when it seems like
they're
they try to.
they're part of the
Fine.
random guy clan.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the real answer to this is that there's one choreographer who's doing all this on the show. My main problem with the fights, though, if I've got a problem, is more that it's a little bit too showy. You know, like they do that kind of that kung fu movie thing where there's a couple of extra flips that don't really need to be there just because it looks cool.
No,
Yeah.
was
I mean, that happened.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon when it could have just been more Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, obviously that has choreography, but that's done in a very realistic way.
Yeah, it's a bit more grounded, yeah.
Yeah, but they wanted to go for the wire food stuff, didn't they? So
Which
Yeah.
would be fine, but the rest of the show doesn't actually kind of sync up
fit
with
that,
that.
yeah. No, it was that first fight scene that pretty much lost me because I couldn't get past the sound. Those knives, oh my god, they used the same sound for every single like knife swipe through the air repeatedly, and they didn't change it at all. And it didn't fit the room. It was just and way too loud. And I was just like, I cannot move past this. Even though I was like trying to watch the fight, I was just like, I can't even concentrate on what's happening because this is annoying me so damn much.
If anyone who's watching or listening to this doesn't know, Connor is actually majoring in sound design and sound production at university, so he is more prone to picking up on this kind of thing than any of us are.
Yeah, but it was particularly bad. I was just like, oh.
Admittedly, I might notice it now that you've said if I go back and watch it, whereas Mario, even if he watches it 100 times, will never notice.
Or cares. That's really the biggest point I want to sell. I don't care.
I care about quality, okay?
Yeah, but like some things just don't really impact. If everything else is shit, why do I pick on other things that are shit? Like it's just shit. Just leave it at that.
It's just what's important to what people. Connor cares about sound design.
Yeah.
As far as the rest of the episode, I do have to say I still hated the main kid, the teenager kid who is the chosen one, or whatever he is.
MK.
MK, is that his name? They named him
Yeah.
after a video game. That's good.
Yeah, I've got the characters like right here.
Oh, do you? That's why you're not just remembering them all.
Yeah, I always forget like half the cast except for Sonny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, he's the only one.
Because he's
that's
the
really-
only memorable one.
Yeah.
Sonny and the Widow, because Widow is like distinct.
Well, let's see, she's a redhead and she's a widow and she fights really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like her fight, like I felt like I was watching like Katana's fatality reel on YouTube during
Yeah.
her fight.
See, they've also put the most effort into making her feel distinct. Just with the, I mean, even like the opening, there's the close up of the feet coming in, and you can see she's in the boots, and it tilts up, and then she's like
Yeah.
there, like all badass, and then she takes out a room full of guys. They made a real effort to build her up as this badass femme fatale,
Maybe she is the big bad. Maybe she's about to be his like right hand woman. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
They don't really seem to have a direction yet. Everyone kind of seems like a bad guy except for Sonny.
yeah, and maybe his missus who's pregnant. Because I guess the two things I want to touch on is really the one thing I didn't want from this show was teen romance, and the second episode introduced the idea that there's going to be a will they won't they with the widow's like main daughter and MK.
Yeah, I kind of wanted her to like actually cut his face and then have him go batshit and like her lose her shit.
That would have been pretty great to watch, actually.
Yeah,
Like I was hoping for it, but yeah.
Yeah.
all their scenes just felt really CW, like in the worst possible way.
It's because both of them just
shit.
neither of them are very good actors, so like it just didn't go over.
Yeah, and another big thing is that the main Baron dude, he's got a tumor, he's dying, and upon learning this from his doctor, tells Sonny to kill both him and his wife.
Yeah.
And Sonny
Makes
refuses. And for some reason, you'd think the Baron would start to think, oh, maybe I can't trust him now because he's not being ultra loyal. But
Right.
after he goes and kills him himself, he still just accepts at the end when Sonny shows up with MK to just take his word for everything, which I
Yeah.
thought was a bit weird.
This show is full of things that are just a bit weird.
Yeah, everyone's a bit
Yeah.
off. Mary, I don't think you were here for the first episode's review, but I know you're going to agree with me when I say it's just shit Lazarus.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
I didn't notice it until the third episode, but they even have, I think in Lazarus they're called serfs. Like, they have them they're just called cogs in this.
Well,
But
the lowest
the
one is
exact
like,
same thing.
they call the lowest one's waste.
Oh, yeah, it's the one
Yeah.
above that, like the workers and stuff
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just,
similar.
but again, like they really make an effort in Lazarus to separate, because that's based on the fact that the barons gain their position based on their technology, because it's all based on like economy, and so each one of them feels very different. While
Yeah.
this just it's all
Whoever
feels the same.
whoever killed the last one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Huh.
it feels like a certain number of families who were really rich and powerful just like built these followings, and that was it. Which is again, it's a fine idea because
Which is weird because they made a point of saying it's not passed down through family. It's like whoever's powerful and takes it. Yeah, it just doesn't really feel
Whoever
that way,
has the most
especially when the
money.
guy has a brain tumor and it could be taken out by a chump.
oh, well, Sonny could just kill him. Like, why wouldn't he just take over?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't get.
It's just
What's stopping them?
the entire. If you really like look at Lazarus and look at how that's built, and then how this is built up, it just doesn't make any like. It just took all the wrong decisions as to why something like Lazarus is like. That's truly a really good story and a really well crafted book, and everything that does it right. This does not do at all.
Yeah, I'm
which I just
actually-
don't understand.
I'm really glad I started reading Lazarus first, because if I'd watched this first and didn't like it and stopped watching it and then tried reading Lazarus, it might annoy me. I'm like, oh, it's just kind of like Into the Badlands. I don't know if I want to read this now. I'm glad I started the good one first.
Yeah, that one it doesn't have any kids. There's
Mhm.
not really a love story, a little bit, but it's minimal. Its emphasis is not on,
You can have a big love story. It just needs to be told well and not be.
but not be an emphasis either.
Not be sappy
like-
teenage shit.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Sappy teenage shit. That's sweet.
No weird bath scene.
Yeah, where the
Don't
widow's
told me to
crying,
keep
like-
my eye on you.
Yeah, and then the widow walks down and is like, "Hi, 14-year-old boy. I'm just going to stroke you and your back while you're bathing.
Yeah, that was a little creepy.
Feels more than a little creepy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think it's pretty clear why we're not going to continue this.
You missed the best thing in episode 3 though. The shitty annoying kid gets his ass kicked by an old guy in a wheelchair.
Excellent.
Like, it just gets completely taken out like a dick.
He didn't bleed again?
Nah, I don't think he did.
Was that Stephen Lang in the wheelchair? Because he was in episode 2. He was his drinking, like Sonny's drinking buddy.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
Was that him? Because he was in a
I
wheelchair.
honestly cannot even remember what he looks like now. I can just remember. I can just picture a wheelchair.
It was probably
and
him.
Probably.
Doesn't
How many
really
guys?
matter.
There's not going to be more than one guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be honest. There's not.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
don't really know.
Alright, okay. Well, I mean, it's obvious why we're not continuing this. I mean, Ethan's enjoying it a bit more than we are. But not... I mean, I don't even think you're loving it, are you?
No, I'm like stuck in the middle. Like, it's not complete shit, but like if it didn't get a second season, I don't really care.
Yeah, you're not going to shed any tears.
Right, like, okay, whatever.
Right.
Alright, well, okay, let's wrap that up there then. May as well keep it brief. That's Into the Badlands episode 2, episode review.